trees are like demons. You offer me light and give me my reason to stay high. Let my body decide, 'cause you're my desire. As ugly as I, but I'll never be like you. No, I'll never be like you. Never becoming you. Ooh, but I'm just like you. There is a light under my skin. I'm running on pride, so tell me you miss it. I'll chase all that pavements. I never found home without you. I'm saying I can't do this alone. I'll never be like you. Never be like you. Never becoming you. No, no, never become you. Never be like you. I'll never be like you. Never become you. Never be like you. But I'm just like you. Birds in the sky, and the trees are like demons. You offered me light and give me my reason to stay high. Let my body decide, 'cause you're my desire. As ugly as I.
Hello, hello, hello. Okay, so my microphone on my iPhone is working. Let me try to go back to my AirPods. Sorry, guys. I'm just talking away with no sound. Let me try to put it back on my AirPod. Hang on. Oh, piece of crap. Hello? Hello, hello. There we go. Yay. Okay. Sorry, guys. I did not know my sound wasn't on. Ooh, up close. Too close. Whoa. Gotta back it up. Back it up. Back it up. Anyways, what I was trying to say is I am so sorry for Saturday. I thought I had changed the time around and I completely forgot. and I was in the middle of doing my schoolwork. I had everything. My phone was on Do Not Disturb. So when stranger was texting me, I didn't even see it. And she was like, "Are you okay? Oh my gosh!" And then I was finished doing some of my schoolwork and checked my phone, and then I was like, "Oh shit!" So I apologize for Saturday. I had to catch up with my schoolwork. My youngest boy, he's the one that got tubes in his ears. Well, he's got this weird tissue growth now around his eardrum, and we don't know what it is. So dealing with that, it's been crazy because he's just like he missed a couple days last week because he was miserable, and we went to the doctor, and the oral antibiotics he was on didn't do nothing. So it's just one thing after another, I swear. But I finished my essay last night, and I turned it in right at 12 o'clock Mountain Time, which is technically 1 minute late, but thankfully they don't deduct points until you're like much later. Hey, Floor, how are you, sweetheart? How's the baby? But I wanted to chit chat with you guys, so I figured that I would talk to y'all while I wait in the car line to pick up the kiddos. It is finally like really nice out in Texas. It's 73, my car says. I don't know. It's sunny and beautiful. So as soon as I pick up all the kids, we are going to go to the park and enjoy some of this weather. So I wanted to see, what are you guys up to on this Monday? How's the weather where y'all are? Unfortunately, hey Care Bear, hey sweetheart. Um, I need to call you, Care Bear. We need to have a chit chat. I found out some interesting things. Hey, London girl, how are you, honey? Um, so yeah, it's really, really nice today. I've got the puppers with me. What's it, Roo? You want to say hi? Come back and give a kiss. Come here. I don't want to move my camera. You're gonna make me move my camera. There's the Roxy Roo. Roxy, say hi. Roxy, say hi. She's pouting. She's like, no, I'm not saying hi. Mommy won't let me out of the car. Oh, that is awesome, London girl. How's it going? Mm, sorry if I go quiet for a sec. Try not to like pinch the crap on my skin. Ow! Which I just did. Yeah, and I need to add a little color to my face because I still got the winter whiteness going on. So I'll probably add a little mascara and a little blush or something. Oh, awesome. You got to hang out with them. That's good. I tell you what, with my youngest boy, whew, with the way things are going, um, I have a IEP on the 3rd. No, I don't know. I have an IEP coming up at the beginning of February. Um, or an ARD, I think it is. Yeah, the R. I think the meeting called an ARD meeting, and then the IEP is what you change. Anyways, we have a meeting coming up because at the beginning of the school year, when I had originally um, tried to get things going, because when he was at pre-K, we realized that he had a lot of sensory issues. Um, and the pre-K he was at started the process to get him evaluated, but because it was towards the end of the school year, they knew that it would roll into kindergarten, which not a big deal. That shouldn't have been a big deal at all. What, Roxy, you want to go in the back? You can go in the back. So, you know, when he started kindergarten, and they did the evals and stuff, they're like, oh, well, we're not seeing none of this. And I'm like, well, it's the beginning of the school year. You know, everything's still fresh and new. But I'm telling you guys that, like, the issues for him are still there. He still has a lot of sensory issues, you know. And it was like, the psychologist for the school district, she kept going, well, he doesn't have autism. He doesn't fit none of the autism things, which pissed me off anyways, because I was like, what are you talking about? He doesn't fit autism. Like, first off, I don't think he has autism, but please tell me, like, what stereotypes of autism. She's like, well, he makes eye contact and he's social. And I was like, first off, let me stop you right there. I go, let's not use stereotypes to diagnose people with autism. I go, because first off, my oldest son has autism. He's been diagnosed twice now. I go, and he makes eye contact. Like, he will stare a hole in your soul. He makes eye contact. I go, and he's actually very social. In fact, they were amazed when he was at the autism center because of how he reacted to social situations, because he would walk into a social situation and read that situation, like, and he would respond like to what he was seeing. And, you know, instead of like closing off, he would, you know, kind of read that situation. Now when he was younger, he would kind of close himself off more to social stuff. But it was just, she just kept arguing with me. And then so they refused to do anything with sensory. And I was like, well, can, you know, we at least start OT so we can work on the regulating, you know, his sensory and his feelings. And they're like, well, we didn't see any reason for him to have OT. And they just kept denying everything. And I was like, this is kind of crappy, you know? I'm like, so you're telling me a year of documentation from pre-K. And not only that, but his own mother's word isn't good enough. And I was like, you know, did we just make it all up? Like, you know, what good does it do for the school, the prior school, to just, you know, pull crap out of their butt? And so, oh gosh, Care Bear, that is amazing. I'm so happy for you, honey. Congratulations, darling. I know that I know that's got to make you thrilled. That's awesome though. I'm happy for your dad and I'm happy for you guys. So basically the first ARD we had in August did nothing. Like, they didn't want to put any changes in place. They didn't want to give him like any quiet spot, nothing like that. Like, they're like, oh, he's a normal kid. He says hi in the hallways, blah, 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 blah. And I was like, okay, I'm like, but you know, the more comfortable he gets, the more, you know, you're gonna start seeing things. Because right now he's just kind of playing to the part of what he has to, you know. And he'll come home and kind of show the meltdowns and stuff. Well, I mean, it wasn't that even far into the school year that we started having issues. And then so I had to start telling the teacher like how to handle things and giving her cues of like when he would you know, be in sensory overload. And then like what they don't understand is like with his sensory overload, it's not he doesn't like have an outburst. He doesn't scream, he doesn't cry. He shuts down. He goes quiet. He refuses to move. He refuses to talk. He refuses to do any work, you know. And it's just been an ongoing issue with this teacher nonstop messaging me about problems. And it's like, you know, I finally just had it because he's just miserable. And, you know, I can tell his anxiety is getting to him really bad because he started cutting holes in his clothes. And so I brought up to the teacher, I was like, look, we need to have another IEP like ASAP. And I was like, you know, the fact that you're having all these issues and you think it's behavioral and it's not. And then I brought up like him cutting his clothes, and oh my gosh, she pissed me off so bad. Ooh, I went off. Like, I went off in like the most professional way you could. Hi, stranger, my love. It's too early for you. What are you doing awake? Go back to sleep. Way too early for you, darling. But sorry, squirrel. she goes, she said that, I go, he's showing a lot of signs of anxiety by cutting the holes in his clothes. And this bitch had the audacity to go, I have watched him. It's behavioral. Uh, he fidgets around and blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, yeah, that's called anxiety and him being overstimulated. I go, last year when his anxiety was high, he would chew on his clothes to the point where he would chew on all his collars, and all his collars ended up with holes in them, and all his sleeves ended up with holes in them, because he was too embarrassed to bring a Chewy to school. He had a Chewy at home, but he didn't want people to think different of him at school. And it's like the same thing with like a fidget. Like I've told him, like, baby, we can bring, you can take a fidget to school if it'll help you. And he's like, he's so smart. He doesn't want people to look at him and think different. I mean, my oldest son is the same way. He's very aware he talks different. He's very aware he has apraxia. And so when it comes to people, like, he's just, they're just so aware and they're so damn smart. And like I went off on that teacher. I go, first off, had you have guys had listened to me at the beginning of the school year, my son would not be having these issues. He would have a safe place to go. He would have a quiet place to go when he gets overwhelmed. I go, because not only does he not like loud noises, does he not like groups, does he not like being touched? I go, he's in actual physical pain with his ears. So you can only imagine being in a kindergarten class, how chaotic it is. And I have tried and tried and tried to explain to them, I don't know how many times, but car times, like car pickup time, is one of the worst times for him. You've got these teachers with bullhorns and radios yelling the car numbers, the kid, blah blah blah, and it's freaking chaos. You've got tons of kids, and it completely overwhelms him, and he reacts. And one of the ways he had reacted, because his teacher, like, he was already in over, stimulated mode. I had already explained to her that he hadn't slept that well, so I knew he was gonna, be way overtired by the end of the, school day. And to just try to keep things calmer. Well, it wasn't. You've got all the older kids that come into the younger kids class so they can all leave together. And then during all this chaos, she's trying to make him pick up crayons off the floor. And he flipped out and he was just like not wanting to do it, which I have talked to him, and I'm like, baby, you have to listen to the teacher. And, he'll have his days where she's like, oh, he's amazing. He was great. But it's the days that are opposite, and it's like she just doesn't get it. And I finally just snapped on her the other day, and I was just like, do not tell me my child's issues are behavioral when they are not. You don't know the signs of sensory processing. You don't know the signs of anxiety in a child, which you should, being that you're a teacher, but I have had professionals tell me that what he's doing is literally a sign of anxiety, because I will ask questions when we go see the people that Zach goes and sees. And I'll ask them questions and things like that. And then a lot of the stuff that he's doing, Zach has done. I've got a little bit of experience with this, not to mention that I have years of taking care of disabled. So it was just so frustrating, because I'm like, had you guys dealt with this at the beginning of the school year and listened, rather than trying to focus so hard on pushing, on the whole, well, he doesn't have autism. Well, no one said he had autism. The pre-K just put in the eval, and when they do the eval, it's for everything. It's for autism, ADHD, it's for a whole slew of things. And I guess people can't understand. It's like the psychologist for the school district could not wrap her head around that you could have sensory processing disorder without autism. It's like she could not get it. And I argued with her and we went round and round, and she finally, oh, this bitch finally goes, well, his main problem is he gets angry because he can't communicate. So we're gonna put him in speech. I go, speech? I go, he's never been, you know, no one has ever said he needs speech. And she's like, well, he's got this, the way he's talking. I go, you mean because he had surgery on his ears? Yeah, of course. um, you know, he had all this congestion in his ears, and now he just had a fresh surgery on his ears. So of course it's affecting his talking a little bit. I go, but my child has never once been said that he needs speech. I go, we go to one of the top places in the US for speech therapy for my oldest son, and he's been going with since he was a baby. And I've asked Zach's therapist for advice with like Ava when Ava's had issues and stuff, and it's just saying like that's never been a concern, but all of a sudden that's what they wanted to focus on was he needs speech, and I was pissed, but I was like, okay, put him in speech then, because I mean, what is it gonna do? They literally pull them out for like 15 minutes a week and go, oh, they're in speech therapy, and it's like, yeah, okay, what is 15 minutes a week gonna do? Um, and I truly feel sorry for the kiddos that only get services through the school, because these times that they do, I think they pull out Zach, I think, for like 2 times a week for 15 minutes or something. That is not enough time to do anything, truly. Like, thank God Zach has outside, services, and we pay for that privately, and it's killing us now because the price has gone up so much. But, I feel for the people that, you know, their kids only get services through the school, and a lot of times it's just ridiculous the amount of time they give them to work on things. It's just crazy, but I had to fight for Zach and I had to get his IEP. Now remember last year, woo, last year when all that stuff was going on with Zach where they thought he couldn't read. Y'all, I am so fucking proud of my baby. He's in the 99th percentile for reading. And his reading comprehension is 99%. And I think his vocab was 97%. Tell me my baby can't read again. And his teacher said that, because I guess the way that grades it is, it like does it based on his class size. So like, or not class size, but like that grade. And so it'd be like 99%. I forgot how it does it, but it shows like the normal percentage for like grade or something. I don't know. I'd have to look at it and explain it. But yeah, he's doing amazing. He's reading chapter books nonstop, and he loves reading. He loves reading. Now that he has a teacher that is actually fostering that environment for him, he loves it. Whereas, last year the teacher just was like, "Oh, he doesn't know how to read," and it's like, "But you never even tried." So, I mean, I'm happy in that aspect, and it took me to fight a little bit for Zach's services and to get his IEP perfect. Um, but now it is, so I just gonna have to do the same thing with Grayson. They know I'm a mama bear. I mean, when I pulled up the other day, because Grayson got in the car, and Grayson got in the car, and he was bawling, and I was like, "What happened, baby?" And he goes, "Mom, this teacher screamed at me." I go, "Wait, what? What teacher screamed at you?" And, and sometimes with Grayson, he'll get pissed off or whatever, but kids embellish, and I know that. And I was like, "Well, did she yell at you, or did she just tell you you couldn't do something?" And he's like, "No, Mom, she screamed at me." And I was like, "Well, tell me what happened." And he goes, "Well, Miss Garcia said that I could sit here." And I guess it's like he got permission to sit somewhere that's not as chaotic or something. And I guess this other teacher that he doesn't even know came up and was like, "You need to move." And he's like, Grayson, one thing about him is he already got permission from the teacher. And well, he's not going to be like, well, I already got permission. He's just going to be like, no, I was told I can sit here. He's not going to be like, go into detail and be like, go ask my teacher. My teacher said I could sit here. He's just going to go, no, I can sit here. I'm allowed to sit here. And so he said, Mom, I tried to tell her that Miss Garcia said I could sit here, but she didn't want to hear it. She just kept yelling at me to move, move, move. And I was like, what? And I was like, okay, well, maybe he's just taking it out of context. Well, then Zach comes in and goes, no, Mom, I seen this teacher screaming at him. She screamed at him yesterday too. And I was like, wait, what? And let me tell you guys, I busted a bitch right there in the road and drove right back to the school, parked in that parking lot. And I was like, show me who was screaming, because I wanted to know what teacher was screaming, so I can figure out why they're screaming at my child. Because first off, I don't care how frustrated you get with a child, you don't scream at them. And the head teacher of the special ed program ended up coming up to me, because I stood there for a while, and some of the teachers were just like, and other ones just walked away and acted like I wasn't there. Like Grayson's teacher is right there, obviously can see that something's wrong, and does not come up to me and is like, hey, what's going on, or nothing. I'm just, and that pissed me off right there. I'm like, really? You're not going to come and approach and be like, you're just standing there anyways. You're not going to come walk up to me when I'm literally 10 feet from you. You're not going to be like, hey, what's going on? Is everything okay? Well, anyways, the one of the head teachers for the special ed department ended up walking up to me, and she knows me well. And we were talking, and when I told her that Zach had seen it, she's like, oh, because she knows Zach has no reason to lie. Like I said, like normally Zach's get in the car and he's telling on Grayson. Like he'll be like, Mom, Grayson wasn't listening that well. Or he'll be like, Mom, Grayson told another kid to shut up. Or he'll be like, Mom, this kid was yelling at Grayson. He's always telling me something with Grayson. Or he'll usually be like, Mom, Grayson didn't listen to me. I told Grayson, blah, blah, blah. And I'll be like, Zach, you have to understand you're not Grayson's boss at school. Grayson's not going to listen to you. And sometimes he'll complain and he'll be like, Grayson doesn't want to sit next to me. And I'm like, babe, I can't make your brother sit next to you at school. So I ended up talking to the teacher about, the screaming crap and all the other stuff about how it's frustrating, because she saw that he was on the list for an IEP and all that. And she was asking about it and it's just frustrating, a parent shouldn't have to keep arguing. Um, not only do I know my child best, but you go off, knowing my child for what, 2 weeks, if that, when he had the first IEP for the school. And you're going to tell me that the documentation of a whole year from him at pre-K means nothing? It's just ridiculous. But that's the lovely school districts in America, I'm telling you. But they know me. I'm gonna make sure he gets whatever he needs. And I've told him, I'm like, why can't he just have a spot where he can go to, in the classroom? I'm like, I'll even pay for a bean bag or something that you can put in the corner of the classroom and make it a quiet spot for kids that need a second to, calm down or decompress. And Zach, like last year, Zach was, which he's allowed to this year, but I don't think he uses it much. Like they're allowed to leave the classroom and go to, I forgot what the name of the room is, but they have a room for kiddos that just need some quiet and decompression too. But it's frustrating, because we wouldn't be in this position if they would have listened in the first place. I don't know. It's hard. I'm just like I'm so ready for Ava to be done with pre-K and then we can all be in one school, and I am thanking God that her issues are just medical because Grayson is not only, sensory, but he's got all the medical stuff going on, and it's like, the child is not only overwhelmed with sensory, but his ears actually hurt. Like he is often in a lot of pain with his ears, and this growth is so weird and it's gotten bigger. And that's what I'm worried about. Um, I don't understand, like the doctor didn't understand what it was. So they're hoping the eardrops work, but I don't even see how those are going to work. I don't see how those are going to make tissue go away. But oh, I can't tell if my service is working good or not. I don't know. Did you show her the picture, stranger? I mean, it could be Care Bear, but it's like moving into his ear canal. Like originally it was just around the eardrum at the very top, like just a little spot, but now it's like kind of moving into his ear canal. And gosh, I mean, if it is scar tissue, that's scary because um I don't want it to affect his hearing. Like I don't want him to have to get a hearing aid or something, like if it affects, like really affects his hearing. It's scary. And he fights me with the damn eardrops and stuff because he doesn't like the feeling of it. And so it's a battle every damn night. It's just, ugh. And then the one doctor, they want to keep trying to push Flonase on him when his own damn allergist isn't pushing Flonase because his allergist understands that um, with Grayson's sensory issues, he won't let me put anything up his nose. And I have gotten him to try it, and he does not like it because he doesn't like the drainage that it causes, and it tastes nasty. I mean, nose spray is yucky. It tastes funky. Um, but he wanted to keep carrying on about that, and I was like, dude, like my son has an allergist. Um, the allergist isn't worried about pushing Flonase, so why are you pushing it so hard? That's just, oh, it's so ridiculous. And instead of focusing on the problem we're there for, his ear, you're focusing on trying to get him to take Flonase. Make it make sense. So I'm just waiting to get into the ENT so we can figure out what the hell is actually going on and get it fixed. Oh my god, this is all crinkled and a mess. Ah! Hmm. Maybe it is. Hopefully the ENT will be able to kind of explain things better. Um, Hang on, guys. Car line's moving. Let me hang my phone up. Oh, 15 minutes till my baby gets out. All right, guys, hang on. I don't know if my service is going to mess up. Hopefully it doesn't. Oh, yeah, and this weekend, my baby girl came home from college, and she actually brought two of her friends home, too, which was fun. I enjoyed cleaning out. Oh my God, I cleaned out all my makeup. Like I had all these palettes still. I had so much more makeup that I have not used, that I've gotten from BoxyCharm, and all my seasonal stuff from BoxyCharm and Ipsy. And Oh my God, I filled them up with two big old bags of makeup and palettes and stuff, and they were just like in heaven. I just thought it was funny. Um, and Zero is just laughing. She's like, "See, you come here, mom just, gives you everything." Because I was always asking her, I was like, "Well, do you think your friends would want this, or do you think your friends would want that?" And she'd be like, "I don't know, mom." Well, guess what? They were happy with it all. So that was nice to spend some time with her. So got a little family time. I love when she comes home. I do. Um, because I miss her like crazy. And I love just being able to talk to her, and she gives me the tea about everything going on with some of the college kids and stuff, and she'd be like, "Mom," and then this girl went behind and was messing with this girl's boyfriend, and she's like, and all these girls got boy problems. She's like, and I just go back to the dorm and watch my shows or whatever. I think it's cool though, but she's doing good this semester, and they're not staying out late. She's like, no, we don't stay out past midnight no more. She's like, and so I'm glad. Um, she kind of got a little crazy this first semester with, um, because when kids have, she never like got to really enjoy even like going to like high school parties or things like that because she was always busy with athletic training. I mean, most of the time when she was doing her athletic training, she wouldn't even get home till like, there were times she wouldn't get home till 10, 11 o'clock at night. So, Roxy Roo, you go say hi. Yeah, no, you got me. Say hi, Roxy Roo. So, I miss her so much, but she's finally like, I'm like, look, I'm like, I don't care if you go out and have fun. I'm like, just handle your business first. And so, she's basically, she's doing good. They have this like bar place where 18-year-olds are allowed to come in, but like they stamp them so they can't drink and stuff. And so they'll go out there a couple nights a week and they go and dance and have fun. She's like, but we don't stay out past midnight. She's like, we make sure. And so I'm glad. Roxy, she's pouting because she wants to be outside. She's like, Mommy didn't take me for a walk at the school. Stop pouting. And I only gave her one little beef stick, so she's like, why, Mommy? Why, Mommy? Bring me the other one. But she doesn't know she's gonna get to go to the park with us. Yeah. I can't believe my doggy's about to be 8, which means my son is about to be 8. Oh, which means I'm about to be married for 8 years coming up. Holy shit. I can't believe it. I've made it almost 8 years, which will be almost 9 years together. No, yeah, it'll be 9 years together. Ooh, this February will be 9 years together, and then June will be 8 years married. God, right? Stranger, right? Fun most days. But yeah, I just wanted to apologize for Saturday, guys. I totally, totally mind slipped. But I am caught up. I am all caught up. So um, I should be good this week. Um, and I may even try to go live another time at night. Um, but like my daytime lives, they're just kind of like a oops surprise because sometimes if I'm in the car line or whatever, I'll just come on, or I'm done dropping the kids off, I'll pop on. Just depends on how I feel. Um, but I don't know. My sister may actually come on this weekend, so I may have to change the topic. Because if my sister comes on, we're going to kind of talk about like familial generational curses, crap, stuff like that. And just kind of shared a little bit of our story and our childhood and stuff. So I may do that this weekend instead, or I may just, if I have the time, maybe do that as a live and then do the other stuff as a live. I don't know, we'll see. But I heard some karma's going around in the community. All I'm gonna say is tisk tisk tisk. I warn people, what you put out in the universe comes back to you. And all I'm gonna say for certain people, where lies keep catching up with them is don't lie about why you need money, and it won't come back to bite you in the ass. If you truly need something and you obviously have no qualms about asking your subs for things, then be honest with them. It's as simple as that. And don't make up situations to garner more money from people and sympathy and bullshit. And I'm not talking about that Becca situation, because I don't know anything about that Becca situation. I'm talking about other people that got busted out for lying about what their money was used for. And actually, it's happened to a few people on here, which I find like just ridiculous. Stop asking for money, people. And if you're going to ask for money, be honest about it. But I will say that I think I don't really know the whole Becca Lynn situation. I just kind of have heard bits and pieces, but I feel bad for the lady. I mean, her child is, went through all of that, and she's going through that as a mom with other kids. Like, leave her alone. Just leave the lady alone. Put yourself in those, in that type of footsteps, and no mom wants to ever be in that situation. Um, so just leave people alone. Stop the crap. And if you're gonna be generous to somebody, then be generous without throwing it back in their face. I see things as like two sides on this platform, because you see people that you know want to give money and want to do things nice for people, and so they do those things, and then those things come back and they bite the person that accepted those things in the ass. And then you have people that make up situations and lie, get money, and then the truth comes out and they're like, well, no, bullshit. If you're going to have the balls to go on a public platform and ask for money, then be honest about why you need the money. It's as simple as that. And then if you're going to sit there and you're going to take up for somebody and do donations and encourage people to help somebody, don't go back on it. It's just awful. I wouldn't imagine. I don't ever want to be, in that type of position as a mom where one of my children has to have major surgery. That's awful. Just leave the woman alone, let her deal with her children's stuff. The people are just, sometimes the viciousness on this platform just gets too much, and people don't realize what is going on in real life is so much more important, and what's the worst that you did? Oh, you bought some presents for kids. Okay, well, I'm sure those kids were extremely happy and thrilled. But I just, oh, I hate the the hypocrisy, it's okay for people to scam and do whatever, and it's just, I don't know. Guard your money, but if you do choose to um, give with your heart. And for creators, if you lie and you get busted about lying, you know, if you're going to have the balls to come on a public platform and ask people for money and cash apps and freaking gifts and wish lists and this and that, and then it comes back to bite you in the butt because the truth comes out about why you needed it, don't lie and don't keep lying. I don't know. That's my own opinion. But yes, I'm excited to have my sister on. She's all nervous. She's like, how would it work? Do I need to come over there? And she's just like, so we're trying to figure out how we're going to do it. So I'm excited though. I'm excited to have her on. I don't know. The crap that goes on is just so crazy. And I don't want to be a part of bullying and the toxicity anymore. I just don't. But I do love to see karma work because karma. The universe will always get your ass. Just know it. Just know it. Anyways, I've got 2 minutes till my little one comes out, so I'm gonna get off here, my loves. Um, I'm glad I was able to come on and chat for a minute. Um, Maybe I'll pop on tomorrow too. We'll just see. But I love you guys and peace, love, and good hair. Although my hair is a flat, limpy mess, but hopefully y'all are having a good hair day. Because I'm not. Roxy, say bye bye. Say bye, Roxy Roo. Come here, old girl. Come here. Say bye. You mad at me? You mad at me? She's mad at me. She's like, I want that other beef stick you got, Mom. She gives the best bombastic side eye I've ever seen. She's like, fuck you, woman. 1 minute she loves me, next minute she hates me. That's okay, timed out, love. I'm gonna be on again probably tomorrow, but I love you guys, and I'll see you later. Bye, guys.